This changes everything for Bitcoin and the whole market.
I'm not a financial advisor.
Today, I'm going to talk about what I see coming with Bitcoin and the crypto markets, and something that occurred that people just don't really understand how big it is. So, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, The Bit Boy. I'm in Singapore for Token 2049 right now. Super excited representing Crypto Fight Night. They flew me out here, and we're going to be doing some announcing. We're going to be showing the boxing fights tomorrow night. It'll be, I don't know what time it'll be, 12 hours difference from you guys. So it might be in the morning, whatever. But we're going to be live streaming it, and I'm going to be doing some commentating and some things like that. So super excited about that. Can't wait. You know, we love to fight, and who knows? Who knows what might happen? I don't know. Maybe something crazy might happen that you guys are going to want to see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the point is that something happened on the crypto markets. Let's start with this. We'll go ahead. I want to play the clip of what I said last week.
That gives them the ability to do two things. Number one, it gives the government the ability to surprise us and do a 50 bip rate cut, and they were in early, or people in the government went early, and the price would skyrocket, and that would be great for a lot of people, right? People aren't shorting. Or the other thing it could potentially mean, the most likely scenario here.
Okay, guys, so that was a bold prediction that I had. I thought that the numbers were shifting too heavy in that one direction, and something was smelling a little funky, because it wasn't seeming like we were really getting super negative news or bearish news that should push the economy down. Like, we're not seeming to get that right now. And so because of that, and inflation was as expected, like, we should not have had any problems maybe getting a 50 bip cut. But the odds dropped down all the way down to 13% of a 50 bip rate cut. We used the Fed Watch tool. CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, has this tool, and it's really good at predicting what's going to happen. And there was a 25 bip or a 0.25% rate cut that was in the cards, 87% just on Friday, I believe. And then what happened? Well, all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, some things occurred. I haven't had time to actually look up to see what it was, but the odds have flipped now. The odds have flipped. It is now it is a good chance now that we are going to see. I think the odds went all the way up to like 80% or 70%, something like that we're going to get a 50 bip cut, a 0.5% rate cut. That is really bullish, because the 0.25, it felt like it had already kind of been baked in. And now, and this is what's so important, it's right at the point where Bitcoin is supposed to be rising according to the 4-year cycle theory. And I've said end of September, September through October, maybe the end of September could be when we start pushing off. But yes, it looks like now that could be true if we go the right way. The thing is buy the rumor, sell the news works, and you can make money on it doing it almost every single time. The thing about a rate cut is it's actually a change to the financial infrastructure that we have across the board. And when you look at that, just combined with what's coming with the Bitcoin according to the 4-year cycle theory and where we should be heading to, these are very exciting times. And you guys should definitely be loading up your bags left and right. Don't listen to doomsdayers. Don't listen to people that saying that there's not going to be a bull run, that it stopped out. Even some friends of mine are saying that stuff. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. It's not true. The bull run is coming. You know what that was? That's kind of when the police knock on your door. I don't know how to do a buffalo stampede or a bull stampede. I don't even know what that sounds like. Never heard a bull stampede. So they like to, they're lone wolves, but they're bulls. I really thought I was gonna be able to make like a cool pitter patter sound, and it just sounded really terrible. So I'm not gonna do that again. But what I am gonna tell you is I can hear it. I can't reproduce it, but I can hear it out there. It's very soft. You hear the rumbling? That's a little better, okay? You hear the rumbling? It's coming. Also, guys, Donald Trump assassination plot. I tell you what I have been told about this. I have been told that this will be a very interesting situation. There will be more questions than answers with the shooter. I've also been told this was a legitimate attempt. This was not, I'll tell you what I thought at first. My first thought was, now this guy didn't fire a shot. Right, this guy didn't fire a shot. They found him hiding in some bushes or something like that in an area they surveilled, and he had some powerful artillery on him, and he was going to try to take out the president or the former and future president. So, allegedly. So what happened is that Trump never, like, he was in danger, but he never had a shot fired at him, and because of that, one of my thoughts was, oh man, the fake numbers have been saying that Kamala is coming. It's a freight train. And man, Trump, when he had that assassination before, man, his numbers sure did shoot through the roof, didn't they? Wow. Well, somebody had an idea. They said, oh man, maybe we cook up another one, but he doesn't have to have a shot fired. People be reminded. And then his numbers will go back the other way. And the thing is we know the numbers are completely fake, but sometimes the media is held hostage to a narrative. What is the media going to say about a second attempt on Donald Trump's life? How are they going to spin that in a negative way towards Donald Trump? He's so divisive, he makes people want to do this. I mean, that sounds pretty bad. That sounds like you're thinking about it, Mr. Newscaster. It's kind of what it sounds like if you say something like that. So in my mind, I think that that was the first place I thought. I was told I was wrong on that. And I was told that this was a legitimate attempt and this was not anything. I know people are pointing out a lot of weird stuff with the guy. You're going to find out a lot more weird stuff. That's what I'm going to hear to tell you. And I commented on Twitter about this. I said, it reminds me of the Las Vegas shooter. And I don't mean, obviously there were no lives lost here, fortunate. But in the Las Vegas shooting, it's just a terrible tragedy. Just terrible, terrible, terrible tragedy. It was horrible. But what I mean by that is when they started looking into the shooter, everybody knows that Las Vegas shooter, something that's funny, something that's weird there. You got all the guns in. A lot of people say there were multiple shooters, maybe. A lot of people say, there's some weird stuff about the room, some weird stuff about some financial dealings, some stuff with the Philippines, like just weird stuff. And at the end of that shooting, we have been left with more questions than answers. And if you look at something like Sandy Hook, I totally disagreed with Alex Jones on Sandy Hook and everything like that. That like Sandy Hook was another terrible, terrible tragedy, but there weren't actually a lot of questions. Right? People manufactured questions about that. It was what it appeared to be. Things aren't, or at least most of what it appeared to be. It's not always the case. But with a lot of these shootings, like we kind of know who the person is and we know what they did and there they are and they usually seem to be operating by themselves. And the thing about the Las Vegas shooting is at the end, people were never satisfied with any answers that we got on it. In most cases, there might be some questions, but we're pretty satisfied. Like we know the guy that went into the Colorado movie theater shooting. We know the people, the Columbine guys. We know who these people are. The Las Vegas shooter, people feel like there's somebody different out there. And obviously there were no shots fired, but this is I'm just telling you, this is going to be one of those situations and you're going to get really frustrated if you continue to look into it. And I say just go into it knowing that it's like, it's a whodunit, or not a whodunit, that's not right. It's a who is this guy and how did he get in this position and did somebody place him there and then somebody else just happened to find him. There's going to be a lot of questions about this, about his background. I'm already seeing people talking about he was in a BlackRock commercial. And I want to shut that down very quickly. I have been told very specifically, BlackRock has no reason to want to do anything bad towards the president. It's only bullish for them if he wins. I think that really, anyways, I don't want to get off on a political tangent right now, but the point is that now also, along with the assassination plot, we also have a new announcement of World Liberty Coin, that it will have a token. It will have a token. Trump is going to have his own coin, like for real, not a meme coin, like a DeFi coin. Let's go. I talked these Trumps into it. You guys, just give me the credit for it, okay? You guys know I got the ETF approved. Went to Washington D.C. Talked to Gary Gensler. Got the ETF approved. I went on Don Jr.'s show. He'll tell you I talked to him all about crypto. I talked to him. Get your dad in. It's going to change the election. I tell you, it's just time that we give credit for. It's time that BitBoy gets credit for electing Donald Trump. And if he doesn't win, then I don't want the credit. Sorry guys, that's all I got. Be blessed, BitBoy.